Welcome back to the Temple of the Luminary Lion YouTube channel. So I just did a really powerful reading here on breaking the cycle. So what does that mean? That means any old patterns of behavior that you have, any old habits that you have, and really focusing on how you can break that cycle so that you can move on from it and live a much better life. So we talked about some potential challenges that you might be facing while trying to break these habits, people that are influencing you, imposter syndrome and how that's affecting you, negative self-talk, like all that kind of stuff. Really powerful messages here. If this is interesting to you, stay tuned and let's get into it. Hey everybody, my name is Julius from www.templeoftheluminarylion.com, and for today's tarot card reading, our year ahead look, we are looking at breaking the cycle. So we're looking at old patterns, behaviors, habits that you kind of are constantly trying to break, and then they keep coming back, and you go through this never-ending cycle. So I actually created this tarot card spread, and you can find this as a free PDF download on my website, and you can give yourself a reading. So this is a very general reading, so if it doesn't fully resonate with you, that's totally fine, that happens. If that's the case, feel free to go check out this tarot card spread, download it, and do it for yourself. And if you are not a tarot card reader, you just don't like reading for yourself, you can also book a session with me, and we can actually go through this entire spread specifically for you and look at the old patterns and habits and things like that you're trying to break. So I'm going to get started, and I'm going to start with some oracle cards just to get kind of an energy for what's going on with these patterns, what's going on with these habits, whatever it might be. This could be advice, this just could be some energy around it. Memories, cherished memories of loved ones. All right, so maybe some of this cycle has to do with your childhood. Maybe this has to do with people in your family or that you knew growing up. Let's look at some other energies around these old patterns that need to be broken. Bearing fruit. And in perfect harmony. All right, we'll kind of relate that to the tarot spread as we are going. And I do want to pull some Lenormand cards. So this is from the Rainbow Reflections Lenormand, which is actually a deck that I created. So definitely check the description. I'm going to link all of these decks, including this one, and you can get yourself a copy if you'd like. So I'm just going to pull 3 cards. I like to just see what the general energy is. So we have Gorilla, which for me is definitely a family card. This represents the family. So we have Gorilla, we have Snake, and we have birds. Okay, so maybe this is a situation where you have family members that kind of turn their back on you or said things behind your back, or kind of just didn't treat you right. This could be growing up, this could be now. We'll see what the tarot has to say. So let's start pulling some tarot cards using the spread. And the first 2 cards are going to be kind of the present situation around these habits. So they may tell us a little bit more about these patterns and habits that need to be broken, or just kind of the energy around how you currently feel about these patterns and behaviors and habits. Let's see. We have the Page of Pentacles, and we have the 5 of Pentacles. All right, so this could be a money issue. So maybe you're struggling with budgeting or maintaining a budget. You're having a hard time with saving money, or you're blowing your money on things that maybe you shouldn't. You're a little immature with your money, and living very paycheck to paycheck, and that's a struggle for you. That could be one thing that's kind of kind of either stopping you from trying to break these habits because you feel like you need money to be able to do this, or you need to be able to like pay for a class or pay for, you know, whatever it is. But let's look at some kind of root causes to your patterns of behavior that you're struggling with. So we have the Two of Pentacles. So I definitely feel like maybe this is about money for you, this whole pattern of behavior. We have that, and we have the Seven of Cups. All right, so I feel like you're having a really, I feel like for you guys, it's a spending issue. It's a money issue. It's a, you know, not allocating your resources like maybe you should. So, I mean, it could be like time, it could be energy. You're putting too much of yourself into something, and it's kind of leaving you on empty. But it could be money as well. But I feel like you have these root causes are just that this inability to find balance. So maybe growing up, you didn't have a lot of financial stability or stability and balance with your time and energy, as well as your money. So maybe you were always the person that like, kept busy all the time. You always had something to do, and that's why you are kind of stuck in this rut of, or the cycle of constantly giving too much of yourself. For money, maybe you just never had a lot of money and you're kind of continuing that pattern into adulthood. If you were raised very poor or something like that, and you kind of had that mentality of, or that poverty mentality, and you're kind of hanging on to that as you're growing. All right, so I want to look at some challenges. Oh, this one get away from me, so it wants to come out. Temperance. Okay, so definitely a balance thing again. So the Two of Pentacles came out and the Temperance card. So I think, so these are challenges that we're going through. Sorry, these are obstacles that you might be facing when trying to break these cycles. And Temperance popped out. So finding balance where you need it. And the Eight of Wands popped out. So for you guys, I feel like the challenge here is going to be finding that balance that you need to be able to, you know, still do the things that you like, or still, you know, participate in, you know, whatever it is that you want to participate in without giving so much of yourself that you end up with nothing, right? And I also feel like the energy here is I feel like there's a lot of fast-paced energy around you, but also that you might be kind of setting expectations that you can just change overnight and everything's going to be fine. And I think you're going to find that that's going to be something that kind of hinders your growth and your ability to break this cycle if your expectations are that it's going to happen overnight, because then when it doesn't, you are kind of going to just feel like you're a failure and just give up. And so be really mindful of that and know that this is the long-term kind of goal for you to get through all of these situations, these cycles that you're trying to break. Okay? Excellent. Okay, so then the next card here is a Release and Let Go card. So this card is representing something that you need to release in order to move forward in breaking these cycles. Okay? So we have the Two of Cups. Okay, so maybe there's a partner that you are with, or somebody that you're really close to and connect to that is kind of enabling this behavior or instigating it, and that might be something that you need to kind of release. This could be, if I'm looking at this whole kind of this whole reading as your cycle of relationships, where you're giving too much of yourself, you're kind of unable to find that balance because you have these like expectations of if I give myself all of myself, then they're going to give back to me, like that kind of energy, and there's that lack of balance that you're kind of struggling with. You may need to let go of some of those feelings of you know, you have to give all of yourself in order for this person to like you. You might have to work through some of that like self-care kind of things, where you're learning self-love rather than, you know, your worth being all on somebody else's thoughts of you. Um, if this is, money, which it feels very money for me, but it may not be for you, and that's fine. If it is money, then maybe there's, somebody in your life that you're spending a lot of money on, or you're giving a lot of money to. This could be a loved one. This could be, somebody that you're in a relationship with, whatever that might be, and that may be something you need to kind of reevaluate. All right. Okay, so this is the next card is a new perspective, and actually I got 2 cards here, so I'm gonna go with it. So we have the Devil and we have the 6 of Wands. Okay, so in this field, the new perspective is like, actually, let me read it from the page here. So this card offers a new perspective and insight that can help you shift your mindset and approach towards personal growth and breaking old patterns. So when I see the Devil here, this is definitely a mindset kind of vibe, and this is that like negative self-talk that I was kind of just talking about here with like, oh, like my worth is only as good as, what this person thinks of me, like that kind of energy. And that might be something that you need to kind of reevaluate and understand that with the 6 of Wands, that there's, so much to celebrate within you, so much love that you have available to you outside of this whole like, this person needs to love me, so I'm gonna give everything that I have possible. You know what I mean? So definitely kind of look into that as taking a new perspective on changing your mindset around. This feels very much like around like self-love and not really worried about what other people are focusing on around you. So speaking of personal growth, let's talk about pull a card for personal growth around this. Oh, so we have this 7 of Swords. So 7 of Swords is very much that like imposter syndrome I get from this, and this idea of, not, I feel like maybe you don't, as I was talking about before, like you don't really have that confidence that you can go on and be whatever you want to be, because you maybe had some history of this poverty mindset as a child, and you've just kind of taken that with you. But with this card here, like you can be whatever you want to be, and this is kind of your opportunity to change your life, to change what you need to do. And I definitely feel like it starts with you kind of doing a little bit of a soul search around like loving yourself and knowing and understanding and realizing that you can be whatever you want to be, and you can be successful in that. Okay. Let's pull a card here for your like spiritual connection that you may want to tap into as you are going. And this is the 9 of Wands. So 9 of Wands is a card of like really having to fight for what you want, really having to like go through it to get the goal accomplished. So here you might feel like you're really like battered and beaten, but the ultimate outcome of this card is that you've succeeded, right? Like even though it was difficult, even though you really had to put a lot of yourself into this, and at times you wanted to give up, there's success that's coming. And as it relates to spiritual connection, I feel like in those times when you feel like giving up, when you feel like this is too much, like I can't change my whole life, or I can't break this cycle because I'm so used to it, and changing it feels uncomfortable. When you feel that, like tap into that inner power that you have, tap into your spiritual connection, whatever that means to you, the energy of the universe, God, spirit, your higher self, whatever it is, tap into that energy and realize that like you have that power within you, that you can do whatever you want, you can achieve whatever you want. And you just need to kind of get through that hard part, because the hard part is the lesson that you're learning, so that you can have that outcome that you want. So don't give up, and tap into that spiritual energy when you feel like giving up, and allow it to kind of carry you further until you're back up on your feet and you're ready to keep fighting. And that's going to be really important for you. All right, so let's look at your like next step? What's something like the next action that you can take towards achieving this goal? Ace of Swords. So this is that beginning of changing that that mindset that we talked about with this Devil card, right? Changing that mindset, and this is kind of that the beginning is starting now. And this also could indicate needing to communicate with some people that are around you. So maybe this gorilla, snake, birds appear where there may be some family that's like talking bad about you, or these people that you thought you could trust are now showing their true colors, and you can't. You don't know who to be loyal to. Like that kind of vibe is what I'm getting here. This is where you communicate. Okay, I'm on this journey for myself, and I need to, get out of whatever situation this is, because it's holding me back and it's keeping me from moving forward. This could be if you're in a relationship with somebody that is kind of taking up a lot of your time, energy, and money. This might be communicating to them and saying, you know what, I need a little bit of space where I can, grow, or I need to be able to put money away, and I can't keep spending money on this, and this, like that kind of energy. And that's where this is starting. Okay, so let's look at some external energies that are here to help you. So what are some external energies? Judgment. Okay, so these are, I feel like these are those people, right, that you kind of maybe are feeling like they are, I kind of feel like they're like you were worried about judgment, and these people are they don't have your best interest in mind, and they are wanting to see you fail because maybe they've failed themselves and they don't want others to be, in a position where they've succeeded. And I feel like these energies, so maybe they're not working with you, but they might fuel you, right? These people that are wanting to see you fail, these people that are jealous of you for, taking on this journey and making progress in this journey. Like maybe this is like the fire that fuels you. I definitely feel like this is also an energy of like your higher self coming out, and you actually tapping into that energy and kind of finding what your true calling is. And I feel like that energy is going to help carry you forward. So lots of really like strong energy of like fueling what drives you and what you feel like your calling is. Okay, and so finally, let's look at a potential outcome. So this is an outcome that if you're able to kind of follow this, you're able to work through some of this negative self-talk, you're able to communicate your needs to others and kind of break free from this imposter syndrome, and really like fight through the hard times. So even when it feels hard and you want to give up, keep moving forward. This is a potential outcome for you. The Hierophant. Okay, so this definitely gives me that like sense of like calm and kind of flowy vibe with your with like this whole process of changing the cycle. This is definitely you kind of experiencing this whole journey and learning from it and gaining a lot of like really important wisdom from it that you can carry with you as you move on to other aspects of your life. So maybe there are other cycles that you want to break. And I feel like through this process, you're going to learn a lot about yourself that you can kind of like carry with you forward as you're moving through other cycles. So I know this was a very general reading, so if it didn't resonate for you, that's fine. Again, go to my website, www.templeoftheluminarylion.com. You can pick up this free PDF download and do a reading for yourself, or book a session with me and we can do a very personal reading. Sometimes these very general readings, because they are so general, they can kind of pull from a lot of different areas. But when we do a reading together, we have a lot of conversation, and it kind of flows more into directly what your life is. But anyway, if this resonated with you, leave a comment and be sure to subscribe, because we are going to be doing a lot of other things on this channel besides readings. So this week I just wanted to do these year ahead readings with the start of the new year. It just made sense. But we're going to be doing manifestation work. We're going to be doing rituals. We're going to be doing moon things like moon water and moon oils and things like that, meditations, all kinds of things. So definitely subscribe, check out my website, and until we meet again, I hope that the light of the Luminary Lion guides your path and protects you along the journey. Take care, everybody.